Good morning everybody, it is Friday and it's jab day. I was thinking the other day, since the 1st of January when I started my weight loss journey, I have done really well, and I was thinking, it's been nearly 4 months, January, February, March, and we're in middle of April now. It's been 3.5 months and I've done really well. And I was thinking, do you know what? And I'm still motivated to keep going, which I think is purely down to the medication. In previous attempts where I've tried to lose weight, I have managed to do it for a couple of months. I mean, usually about 5-6 weeks. I have a really good run. And then things start to go downhill. I'm really having to try extra hard to keep up the willpower, keep up the motivation, and that's when you start slipping and things just don't go. You kind of get to a stagnant amount. I get to a stagnant amount where I've lost so much weight and maybe lose like a stone and a half, and then I'll then float around for a while until you get back into that motivated zone to be able to do it again. And I was feeling the other day like, wow, it's such a long time, but I don't feel any less motivated than I did when I started. I don't have any cravings. I think that is the big thing. I'm not craving anything. I mean, yeah, I've just been to the supermarket this morning actually, and I'm walking around and I am naturally thinking, oh, that would be nice, and oh, that would be nice, and that pudding would be nice, and that would be nice. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, it would be nice, but I'm not really that bothered. Which previously, I would have gone around and said, oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I'll have that. Oh, yeah, I'll have that. Yeah, I'll have that. I mean, especially with it being Easter and there's all the chocolates and all the cakes and all the desserts and all the nice things are there right in front of you completely. And I do have nice things, so don't get me wrong. I'm not restricting myself from having nice things, and this drug has not given me the kind of suppression that I know some people I've seen have got, this suppression where they can't eat anything and they're eating so little. I don't have that kind of suppression. That's not where my journey is. My journey is just stopping me having that addictive state to eat the other things. So I still eat proper meals. In fact, today I'm going to talk food, sort of. Now, I have said in previous videos that I don't calorie count and I don't monitor what I eat at all, but I do make healthy, conscious decisions, and I'm trying to educate myself on picking the correct food to eat and making sure that like at least a third of my plate is all salad, vegetable, healthy, no carb, not pasta, not potato, they go on the rest of the plate. I've got my healthy stuff to fill me and pack out my dinners. I haven't got very many, but over the last couple of weeks I have taken a few pictures of some of my main meals that I make regularly. I'm a girl of habits and I will eat the same foods over and over, and I have favourite foods that I will just eat on repeat like all the time and never get bored of. I don't get bored of a food like at all. Some people I know will eat something every day and then they'll be fed up of it. I don't get bored of a food. So if you look in my fridge and my cupboard, I have the same foods in all the time, and then occasionally we have something else in, but I'm a creature of habit and I like things the way they are. My favourite breakfast is porridge. This is a picture of my favourite porridge dish that I love for breakfast. It's half a scoop of porridge oats topped up with red milk. I don't know how much, just enough to make the porridge. And I also put in a good spoon of chia seeds, and I put in a teaspoon of sweetener, the low calorie sweetener, not sugar, sweetener, and then microwave it. And then once it's cooked, I then add in frozen strawberries onto the top. If I don't have that for breakfast, I might have like fruit, or I might have a piece of toast if I really fancy toast. I particularly like banana on toast. That's really nice. I do like also cereals, but I don't have many cereals. I think when I have a cereal, it would either be a Weetabix cereal. Well, obviously there's porridge as well, but I would either have Weetabix for cereal, or I would have Asda's own red fruit special K. I think when I have meals, some days I will eat 3 meals a day. Some days I will only eat 2 meals a day. It really does depend on the day, the structure, and how I'm feeling on that day and how hungry I am. Like I said to you earlier, my Mounjaro journey has not taken me to the point where I can't eat. I still get hungry. I just need less food. It's all the extras. If I was really honest with you and showed you what I ate in a day pre-Mounjaro, you'd understand why I have a problem. And you would probably tell me, like the doctor once told me, put your knife and fork down. That's what you would tell me. So the Mounjaro to me has not suppressed my appetite completely. It's just allowed me to just pick the meals that I actually want and have enough, and I'm eating enough, and I must be doing it right because I am losing a nice healthy steady weight. So must be doing something right, right? Right. My favourite lunchtime dinner has to be either a piece of toast or a jacket potato with baked beans, spinach, mushrooms, poached eggs, cottage cheese. Yeah, let me see if I've got a picture of that. Here is a picture of it this has got toast underneath it. So it does depend on whether I fancy a jacket potato or I fancy a slice of toast. I love bread, so I haven't been able to give up bread. I don't think I could ever give up bread. I could just eat bread and butter. So I don't want to give up bread. But it's just about having things in reason. That is what we're trying to teach ourselves. That is what we're trying to do with any weight loss journey, is a re-education. You shouldn't have to not have the things you like. It's not about not eating it. It's just about having it in the right proportion, which is what the Mounjaro is doing. It is allowing me to not have half a loaf of bread, which I would have. Just having one slice of bread, not 6. And then my teas. One of my absolute favourites is a chicken salad. I have this quite a lot, so it is, I've got a picture of it here. So my chicken salad is chicken thighs, which I lay on the grill pan and I cover in yellow mustard, put them under the grill. When they're cooked on one side, I turn them over, put more yellow mustard on and cook them on that side as well. And then I chop it up and put it in my salad. And my salad consists of lettuce, tomatoes, spinach, cucumber, pickled onions, beetroot, carrots, feta cheese, cottage cheese, and depending on whether either I remember or I'm feeling like I want it, I will put mayo in it as well, if I want it. But I don't always put mayo in, because you've got the cottage cheese in there and the feta cheese and the liquid from the pickled onions and the beetroot. It makes a little bit of a liquid sauce. So that is one of my absolute favourite go-tos. The cold salad versus the warm chicken with the tangy mustard on it is just heaven. Oh, stir fry. This is my stir fry. I start with my wok and I put in my 1 cal squirt, fry light spray, and then I add in lazy chopped garlic and lazy chopped chilies. Then put in your chicken, cook the chicken in that, and then add in a bag of mixed veg, stir fry veg, pre-cut stuff. You can buy the bag of it from the supermarket. So I put a bag of that in, and then I boil some noodles on the side, then put some soy sauce into the chicken, and then add the noodles in, mix it all up, and that's what I come out with. And obviously I put a blob of cottage cheese on the top because I love cottage cheese. That's all the pictures that I've got in my camera roll of food that I've taken since I started my Mounjaro. And I thought I've had the same meals on repeat. Yeah, so that's kind of just giving you an overview of what I sort of eat. Without being the whole, this is what I've eaten in a day, because I'm just not very good. I'm just not very good at doing that kind of thing. I do have some snacks during the day. My go-to snacks would be bananas, apples, or any kind of fruit. We love fruit in this house. We love strawberries, we love raspberries, we love grapes. Any kind of fruit, that would be my go-to snackage in the middle of the day. And I tend to not snack on the bad stuff because I don't need to. My brain doesn't need it. That's where the Mounjaro is working. Whereas previously I would have had chocolate, I would have had crisps, I would have had anything in the cupboard. In fact, I could just raid the cupboard. And when you've got small children at home, you have a lot of things in the cupboard that you wouldn't necessarily have. Pre-children, I used to just say, just don't buy it. If you don't buy it, you can't eat it. But I have a lot of stuff in the cupboard that the kids like, They always have sweets in, they always have chocolate in. And Mounjaro is just helping me do that. I mean, I'm 3 months in. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've been doing this for 3 months. So, what have I lost this week? I bet that's what you're wondering, and I haven't got to it. We're like however long into the video and I haven't told you what I've lost. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how many of you actually watch all my videos, or if you're just picking up one or one here or whatever. But if you are watching all my videos, which I know my mum is, and she keeps telling me, I didn't do a video last week, and I'm really sorry. I was on holiday. We went away in the caravan for a week. We went down to Sherwood Forest, and it was absolutely amazing. And I was away on the Friday. I did do my jab, but I didn't film it this time, and we didn't come back till the Saturday, and I didn't weigh myself again till the Sunday, but I did weigh myself on the Sunday, and I thought you might like to know what the effect was of having a week away in a caravan where I didn't overeat, I didn't have a takeaway, or we didn't have a meal out. I cooked in the caravan, but I did have 2 bottles of wine and 4 cans of cider over the whole week. Before I went on holiday, so the last time you saw me was week 10. I was 15 stone and 7 pounds. When I got back from my holiday last Sunday, so that was just over a week, I was 15 stone 6 pounds. So I was 1 pound down from the week before, and that is after a week of holiday and wine and cider. But I didn't overeat. We did lots of active exercise, and it was just lovely. It was really lovely. The whole week was brilliant. So I'd lost 1 pound to that point, and then I've weighed myself in again today. 15 stone and 4 pounds. Woohoo, that's another 2 pounds, which means since I last saw you, I've lost 3 more pounds. That's 2 weeks, 3 pounds, absolutely buzzing. 15 stone and 4 pounds. I am 4 pounds away from, well, 5 pounds. I'm 5 pounds away from getting down into the 14 stone bracket, which would just be amazing. I am feeling so much better. I'm feeling so much more normal, less bloated. I mean, my belly still sticks out further. I can't see from here. My belly still sticks out further than my boobs, and one of the aims of this journey really is to get my belly to be lower behind my boobs. But oh, it's just amazing. That is 29 pounds in 12 weeks. Last week was my 4th jab of my 5 milligram pen, and today is my first jab of my 2nd 5 milligram pen. So now that's what I'm going to crack on with. I'm going to get jabbing, because I haven't done it yet. When I went back to Lloyd's to get my new pen, I did have to explain to them, because they said that, because on the questionnaire that I filled in, I said that I am currently on the 5 milligram pen, and they said, but the last pen you bought was a 2.5 milligram pen. So they were like, when were your last jab days? So I had to explain when I had my last 4 jabs, and then I had to explain that the whole situation of me buying the wrong pen and holding the 5 milligram pen for a month whilst I was waiting for it. I intend to stay on the 5 milligram pen as long as it's working now, really. I'm not finding it a struggle like I did with the 2 milligram, so I'm chuffed. Oh, barely anything squirted out of that one. So again, going with the around the clock, I did the top last time, so I will go once around the clock to 3 o'clock for this jab. No residue that time. I do still sometimes get a little bit of residue. Now, very quickly before I go, I'm going to talk to you about what I'm finding hard with the Mounjaro. It's not all glory. I mean, most of it's glory, and I'm loving it. It's not. I just spiked myself. I know a few weeks ago, I told you I had a really bad case of diarrhea, and I've still got it on and off. It comes and it goes. I don't know if it's depending on what I've eaten. It could be just because some days it's awful. It is really awful, and let's just say I'm glad that I primarily work from home and I don't really have anywhere to be, so I can be at home and time it right. Usually if it's going to happen, it's on a morning and it takes a few hours, get it out of the system, and then it settles, then you eat something, and then a few hours later again. So, but this is my second 5mg pen, and hopefully they say as your body gets used to the dosage you're on, it will just settle into the side effects. So hopefully they will get less, but I don't know. I've got no side effects in a minute, 0, and who knows for tomorrow? Who knows? We'll see what happens. But other than that, other than the diarrhea, I have no side effects now. I have no headache. I am not tired. In fact, I feel better now, more energy now than I've ever felt. I don't feel nauseous. So 0 side effects, just one little one. It is horrible and it is hard, but it's not all the time. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to say today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Every single like or comment that you give me, I absolutely love it. I love reading them. Thank you for being my support blankets. I hope your journey is going well, and I can't wait to see you again next week when we've lost some more weight and we can continue this journey down. So excited. Everything is just and I just can't believe that I am nearly 4 months into losing weight and I'm still going and still motivated and still happy to continue this weight loss journey. When I first started, people said, how long do you think you'll need to lose weight? And I think typically to lose the weight I want to lose, which was about 6 stone, people take like 9 months to a year, and I was thinking that's a really long time. I'm now 4 months in, so I'm nearly halfway through those 9 months, and it feels doable. Doesn't feel that long anymore, because we're already partway through it and already made such a big impact and such a big change, and changed me, changed the way I look, changed the way I feel. Oh, I'm just so chuffed. So good luck with you guys this week. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely week and make good food choices, and happy jabbing. We'll see you next week.